Perhaps no one will ever tell you this, but research shows that 90% of people live out their entire lives as average and die that way, without doing anything great, without ever reaching their true potential. And the scariest part is, they never even realize just how much they could have become. The life you are living right now is less a result of your choices and more a result of your habits. Every day that you spend scrolling, procrastinating, and making excuses, those habits are silently stealing time from your future. You think there is still time, but the truth is you are already late. Because while you are just thinking about it, there are people out there utilizing the same 6 months to change their lives. The only difference is that they are transforming while you are only making plans. If you don't change yourself now, then a few years later, you might become the very person you are afraid of today. The question isn't whether you can change. The question is how much longer you will keep lying to yourself. In this video, you will learn how to stay away from distractions, how to upgrade your body, mind, and finances, and how to build a discipline that will make you unstoppable. If you truly want to take your life to the next level, watch this video until the end. Every stage is a crucial part of your transformation, and if you want to motivate yourself every day with such powerful content, subscribe to the channel right now, because your comeback story starts here. Chapter 1. Disappear to rebuild yourself. Have you ever thought about how much of our lives we waste just trying to show off to others? Every small achievement, every step, every plan, we want to put it in front of the world immediately. But the truth is, when you share everything, you share your energy too. That energy was meant to help you reach your goal. Imagine if you start feeling satisfied every time you tell someone your plan, the urge to actually do the work dies out. This is why many people dream big but never achieve them. They get satisfied with people's applause before the work is even done. Now is the time to make a hard decision. Go ghost. Disappear from the world's sight for a while. Stop posting every move on social media. Stop seeking validation from likes and comments. This validation gives a temporary dopamine hit but destroys long-term progress. Studies show that when we rely on external recognition, our brains become addicted to instant rewards and we start avoiding difficult but important tasks. So the first step is to pull yourself out of this trap. Secondly, stop telling everyone your plans. Not everyone is interested in your success. Some people unknowingly drain your energy, increase your doubts, and slow you down. It is essential to filter your circle. Identify the energy vampires, those who exhaust you instead of inspiring you, and keep your distance. Your environment determines your growth. The most powerful thing is silence. When you work quietly without making announcements, your entire focus remains solely on improvement. No distractions, no pressure, just you and your goal. This is the phase where the real transformation begins, where you build yourself to be mentally and emotionally strong. Remember, everyone is visible in a crowd, but winners are forged in silence. So disappear for a while, not from the world, but from distractions. When you return, you won't just be changed, you will be a completely upgraded version. You won't have to prove anything, because your transformation will speak for itself. Chapter 2. Transform your body. Now that you have moved away from distractions, the real game begins. Your mental strength, clarity, and confidence are all directly linked to your body. A mind can never be strong if the body is weak. This is the mistake most people make. They work on motivation and mindset, but neglect their physical health. Yet your body is your primary weapon. If it isn't strong, nothing else will be permanent. The next step is to transform your body with discipline without any excuses. Imagine when you go to the gym every day, whether your mind wants to or not, you signal to your brain, "I am bigger than my excuses." This habit gradually changes your entire personality. Working out 5 to 6 days a week isn't just about building muscle, it's about changing your identity. When you become physically strong, your confidence naturally rises. Research shows that regular exercise balances dopamine and serotonin levels, improving both focus and mood. But exercise alone isn't enough. Sleep is the most neglected weapon. 7 to 8 hours of proper sleep repairs your body, resets your brain, and takes your productivity to the next level. If you sacrifice sleep, you are actually pushing your success further away. And then comes the diet. High protein, low bullshit. It's simple. Eat only what fuels your body. Junk food, sugar, and overly processed food slow you down, whereas fresh food keeps you energetic and sharp. It's not just about losing weight or gaining muscle. It's about turning yourself into a high-performance machine. Remember, you can only level up mentally when your body supports you. If you are weak from the inside, external challenges will break you. But with a strong body, a powerful mindset follows automatically. Don't take this step lightly. It is the foundation of your transformation. When the foundation is strong, everything else becomes easy because you are no longer just a dreamer. You have become a person of action. Chapter 3. Rewire your brain. So far, you've distanced yourself from the noise and strengthened your body, but the real change is yet to come because the real game is played inside your head. Your thoughts, decisions, and habits all depend on the input you give your mind. If you watch content every day that distracts you or only provides mindless entertainment, your brain will be wired that way. Now is the time to rewire your brain. The first step is reading, at least 2 books a month. This isn't just a habit, it is the fastest way to upgrade your thinking. When you read a book, you connect with the minds of people who have already achieved the success you desire. Research says regular reading significantly boosts analytical thinking, focus, and creativity. But knowledge alone isn't enough. You must learn a high-income skill. Knowledge is only powerful when it can generate income. Whether it's copywriting, sales, coding, or design, anything that sets you apart from the crowd. Remember, learning a skill isn't easy. It will feel boring and take time, but this process is what makes you unique. Now let's talk about a small but powerful habit. Use your commute time. Instead of music, listen to podcasts or audiobooks. The time you used to waste can now become your growth time. If you spend 30 to 40 minutes a day learning, your mindset will be completely transformed in 6 months. Winners control their input because they know input determines output. If you consume garbage, you get garbage results. But if you focus on quality knowledge and skill-based learning, your output will be powerful. Do not treat your brain casually. It is your most valuable asset. Protect it, train it, and direct it. When your brain functions correctly, you won't just work hard, you will start winning smartly. Chapter 4. Fix your finances. Your body is getting stronger and your mind is getting sharper. But if your financial life is unstable, this transformation will remain incomplete. The truth is, money problems aren't just about a lack of cash, they cause mental stress and fear. Most importantly, they signify a lack of freedom. Imagine being fit and mentally strong, but feeling anxious at the end of every month. Bills, expenses, responsibilities, these drain your energy. The next step is to fix your finances. This isn't just about earning, it's about control. First, value your primary job or work. Many people think success means quitting their job immediately, but a job provides stability and cash flow. Use that money to create future opportunities. However, relying solely on a job isn't enough. The second step is to start a side hustle. Freelancing, content creation, or any service that turns your skill into money. It will be small at first, but gradually it will become a second source of income. Having multiple income streams boosts your confidence. The most powerful rule is save at least 30% of your income. It sounds simple, but this is where most people fail. They earn, but they don't save. Saving gives you security and options. And here's a harsh truth. Stop buying things you don't need. We often spend impulsively for momentary pleasure, which only keeps us trapped. Making money is a skill, but keeping money is a discipline. When you have both, a different level of confidence enters your life. Then you aren't just surviving, you are building your future and your freedom. That is the path to becoming financially unstoppable. Chapter 5. Build unshakable discipline. By now, you have controlled your environment, strengthened your body, rewired your mind, and stabilized your finances. But the force that holds all of this together is discipline. Without discipline, everything will eventually crumble. Because motivation doesn't last forever. Some days you will feel inspired, other days you won't feel like doing anything. This is where most people give up. But winners don't stop. They rely on discipline. Discipline isn't driven by emotions, it's driven by decisions. Imagine the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Your mind says, "Not today, let me sleep a bit more." But in that moment, you make a decision. No snooze, no excuses. You get up. This small decision changes your identity. Waking up early isn't just a habit, it's self-control. When you start your day with control, the rest of the day follows suit. Cold showers, though they sound simple, are a direct attack on your comfort zone. When you intentionally choose discomfort, your brain learns to adapt and your resilience grows. Challenges will begin to excite you rather than scare you. The real test of discipline is consistency. Track your goals every day. Write them in a notebook, no matter how small or large. The important thing is to hold yourself accountable. Most people quit here because this phase is boring and offers no instant reward. But success isn't created in flashy moments. It's built from small, daily, disciplined actions. What you do when no one is watching defines your future. Don't view discipline as a punishment. It is your path to freedom. Chapter 6. Upgrade everything. You have reached a stage where your internal changes are starting to manifest externally. But remember, the world sees you first before it judges you. So now is the time to upgrade your entire life, your appearance, your circle, and your skills. Success isn't just about being strong inside, it's about reflecting that on the outside. If your presentation is weak, people won't easily recognize your value. First, improve your appearance. Wear clothes that fit you well and highlight your personality. This isn't luxury, it is self-respect. When you respect yourself, the world looks at you with the same perspective. A first impression is formed within seconds, and often it determines your opportunities. Now let's talk about your circle. You become the average of the people you spend time with. If you stay with people who only complain, blame others, and have no desire to move forward, you will eventually become like them. Consciously seek out 2 to 3 people who are already where you want to be. Observe their habits and understand their mindset. Make a hard decision. Stop hanging out with people who aren't going anywhere. Growth is never comfortable. It requires sacrifice. When you upgrade everything, your identity changes. You will think differently, act differently, and get different results. You won't have to chase attention. Attention will chase you. Chapter 7. The Comeback. Now comes the moment for which you have traveled this entire journey, the stage where you return to the world as a new version, stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable. But there's a big trap here. Don't go around shouting about your comeback. We're telling people, "Look, I've changed." Remember, real power lies in silence. Your transformation doesn't need an explanation. It is visible on its own. Imagine you have worked quietly for 6 months, building yourself up, and now when you step forward, people notice your confidence, your energy, and your transformation on their own. That moment is the most powerful, because you didn't seek anyone's validation. You made yourself so strong that people's attention naturally gravitate towards you. This is the mark of a winner. Average people show change. Winners become change. Your focus now should be on maintaining consistency, because a comeback isn't an end, it's a new beginning. If you stop here, you will slide back to your old self. But if you maintain this momentum, your growth will never stop. These 6 months weren't just meant to change you. They were meant to give you a new identity, an identity that doesn't make excuses, doesn't seek validation, and only takes action. When you start living with this identity, you won't need a comeback anymore, because you will outdo yourself every single day. And that is the ultimate victory.